one of the messages that we received on Facebook. The individual is planning to buy a truck at the beginning of the year, and him and his driving partner are planning for it. So I want to talk about couple of red light events that you really want to watch out for, not to make a mistake. So here's a couple of those. Now that you two are driving together, there is no conflict of interest. As long as the money is right and you agree on home time, everything else is none of your problem. When you're gonna buy a truck, now you're gonna be dealing with a couple of problems. Number one, not everybody has the same business mindset. And I've seen again and again here where two people would buy a truck to drive as a team. And one guy is very business minded. And before we bought a truck, everybody was, yeah, we're all about business. But when the truck is already in the parking lot, one guy is right away all about improvement of his life, not about improvement of your business and his business, all about improvement of his life. Now he needs to go to Mercedes dealership to buy a Mercedes for his wife. Now he's buying a house. Now the truck sits parked. What if the truck doesn't sit parked and you decide, you know what, while you're taking care of your personal business, I'm gonna go out and make some money. Now there is other problems that's gonna come into effect. What happens if the truck breaks down during that time? Who is gonna repair it? Is that you? Is that you and your partner? All those ugly things, like usually at the beginning of those relationships, I see, business relationships, because apparently you and your driver partner already have some sort of a relationship. My opinion is, unless you are extremely well-established team, working for a very specific industry or lane or whatnot, you really want to be cautious about it. Husband and wife team, no problem, because then you're not really a real team for the most part. Again, speaking of just seeing teams running. But at the same time, it's one household, one truck, one household, one family who is gonna decide which holidays to stay on the road, which holidays to stay home, or if you're very diligent when during regular business, maybe you don't even need to stay on the road during the holidays ever. It just depends. Now, when you create a team from two different households, everybody has different understanding about the business. Everybody, I remember, speaking of my own experience, back in the day, I started up a trucking company with my long-time buddy. I told him, look, man, we're gonna have to work a lot more, probably for a lot less, because we're gonna be investing a lot of money back into the business. So there is gonna be no money for anything fancy, really, and we're just gonna have to build up. Or we shouldn't do it, because I already knew how this business works. All I got is, yeah, I got it, man, no problem, let's do this. And then, soon as we started the business, he never went further than 300 miles from his home. The very first load I booked for him from Chicago to state of Washington. That was the first, one and only time he visited the state of Washington. Good for him, at least he saw a country a little bit. Everything else, he never went further than freaking Detroit. And Detroit out of Chicago, so that's only a couple of hundred miles away. He was not business-minded. He did not want to invest the money back into the business. He just wanted to live off that right away. And you cannot control what other people want. Even if your business partner, now whatever he does with his money is none of your business, because the company or the owner of the truck takes care of the truck, and you do with your money as you wish. Your partner uses his money as he wishes. Now, two households buy a truck. What if your partner is unable to save money? What if he lives one day at a time? How are you going to handle breakdowns? How long before you are on your own with ties to the guy that's no longer in the picture? If you really want to do a team thing, I would suggest of the get-go, get a truck, just one of you, and bring your partner, driving partner, into this as a driving partner, as a driver, and pay him as a driver. Let's say you and your partner are both very business-minded, all about growth, all about business. Here's another problem that you need to consider. You don't know his wife. Even if you saw her at the Christmas party last year, that means nothing. You don't know their personal life. You don't know their habits. You don't know how we do with money, and also how we do with the money that we make. Are we saving the money or are we spending the money? You don't know that. And a lot of times people will say things and then we cannot deliver on those things that we're gonna say. Everybody is a rich man until it's time to open a wallet. So all that talk is cheap. When shit hits the fan, that's when it gets real. When the truck breaks down and it's time to put up $5,000 for a truck repair, and it's if it's two of you, so I assume it would be fair to say $2,500 each. What if you start fighting? Who broke the truck? Whose fault that is? Man, like business partnership is a lot more than just for sake of feeling safe and not alone buying a truck with your driving partner. So consider those things. I think we are very important. If you still decide to buy a truck with your driving partner, which is not your wife, I would say just be careful. Set up some sort of standard to where you and your partner are only gonna get paid driver salary, and the rest of the money are gonna stay with the truck. And that's still gonna be a problem because you don't know, maybe his wife is gonna say, honey, we need that new car. Honey, we need this new house. You didn't buy a truck for nothing. Why is this guy always in the way? The truck is not broken down. You don't have to be putting all this money aside. You don't know anybody in the equation that well unless you ever share the bank account. And that's something for you to consider. So I think the best thing to do is buy a truck on your own. Buy a truck. If you're into team driving, I don't know. One thing is a fact, you're not gonna make double the money. You're gonna have double the headache. You're gonna have double the downtime. You're gonna have all kinds of other problems, but you're not gonna have double the money. Maybe time and a half, but your truck is gonna be put through so much more mileage and so much more maintenance. And at what mileage are you buying it? In my opinion, team trucks need to be a brand new trucks. You buy a brand new truck, you jump as a team, you run an account, and that's how you do it. Other than that, for the most part, you can't afford it. You are better off getting a truck on your own as a standalone owner-operator and taking all the responsibility and benefit on your own. The fake safety net is not a safety net. It's a fake safety net. So just because you don't feel alone does not mean nothing. You want to be all about the business, and you cannot. There is nothing more damaging to the business than a partner who is not business minded, and you never know until you share a bank account, until you share a business, until you do all those things. All right, so hope that helps. Don't be afraid to buy a truck, because I never seen owner-operator that would fail, who would give 100% of the effort and would fail. Never seen it. But teams, I've seen it, because things get in the way, too many hands in the cookie jar, and then it goes downhill from there. Talk about all the uncomfortable topics before you enter that business deal. And I have seen to where I would ask those teams like, hey guys, did you talk about this? Did you talk about this? And everybody is like just trying to laugh it off like it's not a big deal. Why do you have to be this negative? And we're gonna figure this out, or hopefully it's not gonna happen. It will happen. You will have to talk about it. So talk about it before you get into this. You want to do a partnership? Cool. Buy a truck, hire your partner as a driver, and then if something doesn't work out, you can split. He can go on his own, you can go on your own. Later on, maybe he can buy his own truck. Whatever the case is, I suggest do not start business partnerships with people that you are driving together. That doesn't make them bad people, but not every good person is a good businessman. All right, guys, hope that helps. Happy Tuesday. We got hurricane approaching. It's pretty nice and sunny. It's probably never gonna hit Polk County. It's gonna land way up north, somewhere between Gainesville and Tallahassee. I'm sure these people are getting ready. And but for now, looks pretty beautiful. Schools are open in Polk County, so we should be pretty safe. Some of these owner operators here in the back, we already double stacking, going home, taking care of their business, tying stuff up so it wouldn't fly away. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We should have a hurricane landing tonight, so it's gonna be fun. All right, guys, take care.